And he said, "I use your bathroom." And Susan said, "Yes, back there on the left-hand side." And he went back there to use the bathroom, and he come out, he went to use give you a Coca-Cola to go Coca-Cola. And he went outside, and while I was there, he seen all them dogs and cats out there, and he was opening cages, letting them out. And Susie heard this man say, "What son of a bitch, by God, done this? Oh, you little son of a bitch." And she come out there with that club. He didn't bother about trying to get you them dogs and cats.
Dan traded for a monkey one time.
A monkey?
I heard a monkey. And they told him, said, "Now, Danny, you leave that daggone monkey. I'm gonna follow that monkey and all that." He walked out there, he looked at that little monkey, looked at him. One day, Danny came back in there and he said, "Dan," he said, "I killed that damn monkey." He said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I killed it." He said, "What'd you do that for?" He said, "Son of a bitch bit me."
I heard it was a bad monkey.
That bulldog they had was a bad one.
It was bad.
Bulldog had to walk around with this finger all bandaged just one time. And she ever wanted to ask him what the man said. He said, "I was at the party line and I had my hand laying on that. I want to show monkey was, and he grabbed a hold of it and pulled the meat right off this fight. About 6 months later, he had this one bandaged up.
Everybody has one of them damn monkeys or baboons.
Here, Brad's got a baboon or a pet, and done pet everything right there.
You know, they talk bad about Dan and Sue too back years ago whenever they was down there doing all that. But I guarantee you, if Dan Simmons liked you, and if you wound up getting in trouble, they would do anything in the world for you.
You know where old Daddy's at now?
Yeah, I know where he is.
He
Working up for
noted in John Deere.
Yeah.
All they did say is just the environment down there that he was raised in, you know.
Absolutely.
I used to carry the mail down there for it, and little Dan, he'd come up there to get the mail, and he said, "Do you go down Foley's grocery every day?" And I said, "Yeah, that's where I turn around." He said, "Would you do me a favor?" He said, "If I leave $3.50 in the mailbox, would you buy me a pack of chewing tobacco? Save me a walk down there to get it and a walk back." And he'd chew half of it that morning, half of it that afternoon.
He was
So
something
he
else
gave me
now.
$3.50, and the next day I bought him a pack, and there was $3.50 in there. So I said, "Now one day a week I don't work. You'll have to make a deal with my stuff."
Right. Y'all remember hearing whenever he was up there at Sharon School, he went up that antenna and jumped off on the Turner truck, the milk truck, and went all the way to Martin, and then jumped down on top of that cab and almost caused that guy to have a heart attack.
I heard,
He got an old linen truck down there at Hoppean and throwed all the sheets and everything out.
I think he did.
I think he hijacked 2 or 3 damn trucks.
Yeah, he would hijack them.
Ride on them.
He'd ride them.
Well, they didn't have no trouble following little Danny.
I know back years ago, whenever he was just a little kid, there was probably about 40 or 50 cars down there at Dan Simmons's, and back then everybody kept their keys in their automobile, and he just went to jerking out keys. He wound up with a whole sack full of keys and took them and thrown them down there in the daggum gully down there, thrown them down there in the river. Son, you talk about some people that was mad.
Sold them in that daggum old washout there. I remember that.
Yeah, that washout.
Sold them in that old washout.
You remember the Warren boys where they had a big card game going, had a big stack of $100 bills, a big game, and one of them Warren boys jumped through that window and grabbed up all that money and stole it. Do you remember that? And they knew who the boy was, and they went down there. Bill Warren had that salvage yard down there, and asked Bill Warren about it. He said, "Well, boys, if you feel that strong about it, go to the law. Go to the law." Well, you know good well they wasn't supposed to be down there gambling, so they couldn't go to the law. But that's the type of people that it was down there. You're absolutely correct. I think if Danny D was raised up in a different environment, Danny D would have been a different person.
That's not the Wild Bill Road war that made it up here.
Well, Don, you're not turkey hunting today?
No,
How come you're not turkey hunting?
I'm just about,
You're not tough.
He never did like to wear
just
shoes.
disgusted.
And he was always,
While somebody else getting all the
Bill
turkey.
always went and got him to clear off anything. He kept an accelerator short.
Who was it?
Wild Bill Moore turkeys
Like his
called.
dog.
I don't remember him. Where was he raised up at?
He used to live right down here by Massive Battery Company. I'm
Where
trying
we
to.
going?
Okay.
We seen him being another side.
Okay, that's kind of like Bicycle Pete. You remember Bicycle Pete? In between Kenton and Relevant? That every time you seen him, he was riding a bicycle. They claimed he had money.
I walked out the door.
That's when he'd always ride around
And there stood one right.
stop at every parking lot, you know. Man, he'd scan that parking lot picking up money all day long.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
they say he had money.
They said he had money.
That's what he did.
Bicycle Pete. But I don't remember that fella you're talking about down there by the mattress place.
I'm trying to think of what that how was trolling just to go in the green field.
Don Lovelace? I was kin to him at one time.
Don Lovelace stopped at Blondie's out there, and Wild Bill Warden's out there, and they had a sign on there, no shoes, no shirt, no skirt.
Right,
Well, Wild Bill had them shoes around his neck,
right.
and he wanted 2 quarts of beer to go. And he wouldn't send it to him until he put them shoes on. Well, he was walking to town, drinking 1 quart of beer, and Don Lovelace passed. And he stopped him and he said, "You can't, that's an open container law," that he was going to arrest him.
Right.
Bill Rowan took his gun and everything away out there to West Union Church and throwed it in that ravine and grabbed him with the seat of the trenches and threw him in there with him.
No way.
Don Lovelace.
Don Lovelace was a big old boy.
Patrol car and drove to the city hall and told him where he was at. And he walked home and he was sitting down there in the toilet behind the battery company.
You're kidding
I never
me.
heard that story.
I ain't neither.
I figured old Don, I don't.
Don was a big old boy.
Well, he had a damn temper.
You remember,
He had a temper out of his world.
that was just about time, who was the sheriff at that time? Was it,
Had to be Mike. Yeah.
no, not Mike Wilson, no, before him. Big guy. Lewis Taylor.
Lewis Taylor.
Lewis Taylor. He was huge, wasn't he? Lewis Taylor was a huge man. Of course, so was McWright. You remember McWright? Hayden McWright? He had hands on him probably about twice the size of a normal man's hands. Amazon type looking people. Oh, I figured everybody knowed Hayden McWright ball now. They worked every sale around here, probably 5 counties wide. You saying I'm kin to you. How am I kin to you again?
My grandma and your granddaddy were first cousins. It's distant.
You talking about Kilmer?
You got a garden, hell, that.
So you knew my daddy,
Yeah.
Bobby?
Yeah.
You remember the accident happened in 1976 when my brother got killed there in the middle of Sidonia on that motorcycle wreck?
No.
Had you done already moved out by then?
I done left. I left there in
When did you leave out of there?
68.
68.
68.
68. How old are you now?
69.
You may have remembered Ruth Helen.
Yeah.
See, there was J.W.,
Yeah.
Ruth Helen, Bobby, and then Ronnie. There was 4 of them. Well, Ruth Helen wound up having a child right there where the old Thompson place is now, by the name of Jerry. And Jerry went to the Sidonia school, but he was about 3 years older than you. Jerry was. I don't know if you remember him or not. He made it big down in Plano, Texas, and that's where he's at now. I think he's about 72. You went to the Sidonia school, didn't you?
Yeah. And then they made us go to Sharon when they closed the school.
Right, but you remember the
quit.
Freemans. You remember the Hazelwoods. You remember the Miles Simmons.
Jimmy Dale Simmons.
Yeah, do you remember the sawmill down there?
Oh, yeah.
Who had the sawmill?
Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons, right? Wasn't it Mike Willis that was working for Gene Simmons whenever the skidder rolled over on top of him and crushed him down in the mud?
I don't know nothing about that.
You remember the Willis? You remember the Willises down there, J.M. Willis?
Yeah.
You remember the Bakers?
Yeah. Larry Dean Baker, Gary Baker, me and Larry Dean he's a little older than that.
Yeah, he made it good up there in Martin, didn't he?
Yeah. I drank a lot, run around, done what I wanted to do.
Right.
Then I left there.
Are you and Rex about the same age?
I'm a little older.
You're a little older than Rex?
Yeah. I think he's around 64, 65. I don't know how old he is.
Do you remember the old Lim store that used to be there?
Yeah.
Really? You still remember
See, I
that?
was born right down the road, right in front of that. Used to be an old house right down there.
Where Bill Ramsey was? The Ramsey place?
No, that used to be a gravel road right in front of Lim's store. That went around towards where y'all come out.
Sure.
It was right down there on your left.
Okay, you was down there around the Wallaces.
Jimmy Wallace up on the corner.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And also Jinx Wallace. You remember Jinky?
Yeah.
Jinky was a good old boy, wasn't
Oh yeah. I liked him.
I don't know you,
he? Yes, sir.
but I'm gonna tell you something. Best advice I can give you about him is watch him
Oh, with both eyes open?
with both eyes open.
Oh, so you was born right down that road?
Yeah.
Before you get to the corner on the left-hand side, there was a house?
Yeah, right down there in that little old by that ditch.
Right.
Right there.
I wound up having a tractor. It was a case tractor. The front end, the steering rod come off the thing, and I wound up hitting that daggum ditch and went plumb over the exhaust pipe, and the tractor was still sitting there, still running in 4th gear. Yeah, but you remember what was her name? Mary Wallace. That wound up marrying Melvin Hill.
Yeah.
You remember him?
Wallace, yeah. I don't remember all this. They said whenever she got married, oh, it made me mad because she was so pretty and I was just a little boy and I was my girlfriend. You know, just stupid stuff.
Right,
so
right.
They said, boy, you got mad.
How did Almus and Oler, what was their last name? Noel? Noel? They must have been migrants that come in from somewhere because there wasn't a whole lot of Noels down there, was it?
No. I drove tractor for Buster Crockett.
Did you?
Yeah.
And you knew a lot of the Davises down there too, didn't you? Did you know? Yeah, I know you know. You knew Miss Aldale. Did you know her two sisters? One of them was Gladys, that wound up marrying Ed Enos, one of the Enos boys, and the other one was Pauline. She spent her living up north. Pauline did. You probably didn't know her, but then she had some more relatives, Davises. There was a handful of Davises down there, wasn't
A bunch of them, yeah.
Wasn't there one that
Remember Jimmy Dale Davis?
Jimmy Dale's still living?
Yep.
He's still
His
down there.
boy is married to my daughter. And we got 2 grandkids, you know. But I told him and Dale one day, I said, if I know this is going to end up like this, I said, I'd have killed you years ago. Just playing, you know.
Yeah.
He's lucky to be alive.
Yeah, he's lucky. He's really lucky to be alive. He lost that leg, you know.
Yeah.
He's lucky to be alive. But you know, he spent a good career in the I think it was the Army.
Yeah.
He spent like 30 years in there, didn't he?
I think 24, something like that.
He spent a good career in there. So you know the Reynolds brothers. You know Tunk and Elliott, Jimmy Long. Remember Jimmy Long that worked at the Napa place up there in Sharon for years, selling tractor parts and car parts and stuff.
Yeah. Jimmy Gardner?
Jimmy Gardner, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know Jimmy Gardner.
Yeah.
You probably knew his parents, didn't you?
Yeah.
What was their names?
I think their name. Oh. Sister's name's Shirley. I can't think.
Jimmy's
can't
good,
remember.
boy. You know what? Jimmy do anything for you.
Yeah.
He helped me out one
Stroke 8
time.
years ago.
Right.
I can't remember. It don't come to me like it did, you know.
I understand. Rex Harrison, we wound up buying a place off one of the Harrison boys down there. Dennis Harrison? There was a Dennis Harrison, which I guess would be Rex Harrison's uncle. I don't know who Rex Harrison's dad was.
Dick Harrison.
Dick Harrison? Did you know him?
Yeah. He's whooped my end just like me and Tom and Rex get in trouble by Jordan. We all 3 got a whooping.
I was told he was a drinking man. Was he a drinking man?
Yeah.
Really? Connie White was a drinking man. I guess you know all the Whites.
Yeah.
That was a big family, wasn't it?
Pretty good size.
Did you know Ruby Marcus?
Yeah. Miss Ruby.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you knew a bunch of my people,
I
didn't
knew
you?
all them down in there. Once upon a time, the old people, you know.
Right. They was some rough cut people down there, wasn't it?
Well, they just had to do what they had to do. I walked in there one night. I drank beer and Hoppean since I was 14 years old. And I walked in there one night, and Uncle John Warren bartending, you know. I go in there and he said, Bulldog, I can't serve you tonight. He said, Law will probably be down here in a little bit, but I hit the darn woods. I said, why? He said, I just shot a man. They took him out of here. He'll probably be all right. And there's a big old pile of blood over there. Well, heck, you didn't hang around waiting on the law. Not at 15 years old.
Was
I
that
started out the door.
right?
I started out the door and he went to laugh. He said, get your ass back in here. They had skinned a carp fish right there.
They was full of it, wasn't they? Down there? They was full. They always trying to pull somebody's leg, wasn't they?
Yep. I went in there one time and I started shooting crap. Couldn't miss. I was 17. I had $500-something in my pocket. And I left out of there about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Me and James McClanahan and Ray Owen.
Right?
And
Did you ever know Malcolm Lester?
run around with him. Went to Michigan with him.
Really?
Yep.
Malcolm had a boy. Malcolm had a boy by the name of Steve Lester.
I don't know him.
You don't know him?
I dated Linda, Malcolm. I don't know if they ever got married or not, but I dated her sister.
I'll be dog. I wound up buying some furniture off of Malcolm. Malcolm drank a lot and he liked to fight, but he never did do me no wrong.
Me neither.
Did you ever know the Ridgeway character down there?
Ted?
Yeah, Ted.
Yeah.
Now, before Ted, there was a killing down there. Somebody killed somebody down there around that Lim store. And I guess you remember towards hearing tales about the hangings and stuff down there. There was lots of hangings, wasn't there?
You had to do right. People.
A matter of fact, there was another store. If you leave Hoppean going towards Reeves, that one of the other Simmons, Mr. Simmons had a store over there. After you go through the creek on the right hand side, right there. Who was it? C.J. Simmons or? Anyways, they had a hanging or two right there, is what I was told. Now, Kenneth Coleman, he's still living.
Yeah, I seen Kenneth.
He's the one that got all tractors down there. Believe it or not, he's still got a good mind. He can still remember a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But
He always tell me, well, don't come see me.
Right,
You know?
right. So you remember my brother Danny, right? And Maxie, he lives over there at the Philippians Orchard. Philippians Orchard is where Maxie lives. His health is going down on him.
Yeah.
You remember his sister?
Norma?
Norma?
Yeah.
She wound up marrying and she living a good life up in East Tennessee.
I didn't know what it was. I don't know.
You know, Marla and Linda, they're dead. Both of those are dead. Remember Marla and Linda?
Oh, yeah.
The ones that didn't have hope?
Shirley and,
Yeah,
and Linda, yeah.
and Linda. Now, Bill and Moselle, they had a boy, red-headed, Glenn. He's still living.
Yeah.
He lives down there in Memphis. He's probably about your age, isn't he?
About a year older, something like that, yeah.
You probably went to school with him, didn't you, Glenn?
Yeah. I think he graduated. I don't know.
How about the Hayeses down there? You know Frank?
Oh, yeah.
Is Frank originally from down there?
I don't know.
Now, he at one time had a bad drinking problem, but he got over it.
Yeah, I don't
He wound up, you quit drinking too?
I ain't drank nothing in 25, 30 years.
Good for you. He wound up marrying, who was that?
Jenny Prince.
Is that who she was, a Prince?
Yep. Terry Prince, Bill Prince. That was their sister.
I see. They was princes then. Connie, who did he marry? Connie White.
Miss Orphan's all life.
You never know her last name? There was a lot of good people down there, wasn't there?
A lot better.
They're a lot better than it is now. That's a whole different set of dogs down there now. Isn't it? But at one time, those people down there would do anything for you. I remember when we first moved down from Chicago, we would work up meat every fall, and everybody'd come together for making chitlins and working up hogs and stuff. And back then, those people would do anything for you if they liked you. Yes.
Neighbors were neighbors.
Neighbors was neighbors. And today, they'll talk bad about you and cut your throat and backstab you and everything else. Where are you living at now?
I live about 4 miles out the other side of the road.
Do you? You look like you're still holding up real good. Yep. Take care of yourself.
I'm trying. Good to see you, man.
Good seeing you, neighbor. Be good.
I'll see y'all.
Or be good at it.
I'll see y'all. Try to be.
There you go.
seems like.
It ain't, but, well, it has been all morning.
It's been all morning.
What's the electric company?
It's 8 o'clock.
What's the
They
bank
won't
on?
pay it.
What's the bank on?
They won't wait 8 o'clock to cut your electric off.
You need to go by my house, we changed
I don't
it.
see it over your house, man, that's dangerous.
It's not there.
They're sitting out there in front of your house right now, we're just waiting for 8 o'clock to get here.
Yeah.